Hey guys, Reggie here again, and welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about the ether in a little bit more depth. I've been talking about the fascia and how to release it, and the purpose of that is really to harness the full felt powers of the fascia body so that we can feel the ether or the substance or soup that we swim in. So you can think of the ether as, I guess the best way to call it is water, since there's molecules of water all around. Water itself is intelligent and has structure to it, especially if it's alive. So a good counterpart and a good metaphor that works is to really think of the ether as the water in various different stages of density. So quite literally, when we start embarking on remembering what the ether is, we are like fish trying to see the water we are swimming in. So there are many ways to feel the ether. They may come across as mundane or even surprising depending on if you've ever taken notice of such little segments before. Like for instance here, especially in the sun, it's a little easier to do this because your hands are warmer. But if you take your hands here, just put them together and feel your body push against your own hands. You can feel an opposition, right? A dance of polarity, so to speak. So a left and a right happening. But beyond that, do you feel how there's a tension coming into your hands as you press? All right? So that tension is being generated by your own muscular force, but if you stay with that tension, you should feel how there is another layer to it. All right? So for now, let's just imagine that other layer, and if you can't, try this now. Bring your hands apart. Did you feel when they're tense, and then when you bring them apart, there's that moment of release? And right here, when you do that, you should feel almost like a magnetism. Like you can almost imagine the two magnets opposing each other. And with your intention, think of them attracting each other. So yes, what you're doing is framing your perspective to see this ordinary movement from a more non-ordinary perspective. All right, try rubbing them together now. Now, when you rub them together, right there, can you feel how you're building up that heat? Now, especially now, rub them together and get the individual fingers there, stimulated, release. Feel the fascia get smeared and worked a little bit, but feel the bones, feel the flesh on the bones. There you go. So now, press them together again and bring them apart. Do you notice how there's a sensation that's a little more marked now? If you do this to them, hit them together like that, where you feel the bones smashing into each other, and then do it again, you should feel another sensation. Don't question it whether it's, oh, it's just the sensation of shock and whatnot, because that's partly true. But if you also feel beyond what you're used to feeling and what you're expecting to feel, you should feel that there's something different. Another way to feel it is just rub your fingers together now. When you're rubbing your fingers together, can you feel how they're slowly getting stickier? Right? So as they get stickier, you're building the charge, the piezoelectric charge within the fascia of those fingers. And stickier and stickier, more and more voltage, and then feel. Sticky, and then test it. Do you have a little tight spot on your forearm? See if you can use that stickiness to release the forearms. We all should have a little bit of it just simply from all the texting and typing we do all day. And there. All right. So that's one way to feel the fascia. Another way, of course, to feel fascia is through movement. All right, so I brought some Cali sticks out here. Now, what I'm going to do is show just some standard patterns, not for you to become Cali experts, but to basically illustrate the circular nature of our joints. And in so doing, I want to see if you can feel the energy or see the energy that I'm channeling through the motions of the stick, especially as when I do it with intention versus not. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna just do a standard bow to you guys. Okay, so here, you see how I'm twirling my stick like this? And now notice how I'm not opening my hand to twirl the stick. I'm using a closed fist and my wrist is doing all the twirling. Now, all that twirling I'm doing is building up a circular vortex feeling within the fascia of my fingers as they smear across the stick. Within my radius and ulna, that's controlling the stick. So you can see every time they turn, the radius and ulna is doing this within my forearm. Okay, so now if you imagine the fingertips smearing and keeping a tension within the grip as I create torque and vortex within the weapon, within my knuckles, within my wrist. The inside of my forearms here are also twisting and turning and creating more vortexes in an endless dance, a fractal spiral. So there. Now, as I get tighter, this starts to constrict. So a good trick that we do to be able to keep going is to take a deep breath and feel the relaxation of your arm and your forearm as you continue to twirl the stick. By willfully having yourself relax your body while you're doing something that requires effort and strength is a great way to harness the centering vibration within yourself. And in so doing, to feel the ether greater. I'm sure you've seen martial artists do what's called a kata. So for example, here, so with that, there is intention behind each movement as I react and feel the internals of my energy. All right, now from there, I can do the same, but watch when there's not much intention. Notice how obviously it's super lazy, not much going on there. And then now compare the manipulation of the energy as I harness the insides through intention and an imagination or imagination to make it work. Intention to the bow. Intention to the starting point. Intention to the first movement. And I think you get the idea of that. So I hope you enjoyed a little demonstration here, a little bit of a little non-conventional view of how to feel the ether. And I hope you give it a try. So before I really sign off, let's start with this simple exercise. Rub your hands together. There you go. Like you're a kid with Play-Doh. Feel the heat really building up. All right. With that heat really building up. Now, ready? Separate them gently. Hold and feel. If you missed it, we can do it again. Hold and feel. And then just allow yourself to imagine a feeling between your hands. And as you feel that feeling between your hands, take a breath and move. And feel the weight. Allow yourself to accept that yes, your intention and your imagination is allowing you to feel the weight. And it's that imagination that creates your objective reality. So if you allow yourself to believe you can feel this, then your body will adapt its own sensors to give you the evidence that you are feeling this. Now notice how I'm bringing my hands further. It's because I can still feel that ball of chi in between. I don't know if I'd be able to do this if I was cold, if I hadn't done those martial arts moves first, but I can definitely do it now. Now from here, I'm going to go smaller, and if you have a hard time feeling it, stay small and imagine yourself forming a nice ball of clay, your chi ball. And once you do, there's so many things we could do with that intentional energy. But for right now, I'm just going to send it out to you. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. many joy, much blessings to you today. Thank you.